Alright gamers, what's going on? This is xpgINSANITY coming at you today with a little bit of free-for-all action on launch. I'm rocking the AUG with some extended mags and a silencer. And this is really going to be a video about what's going on with the create a class system and how people really aren't understanding and are a little bit worried about the new pick 10 system and how it's going to be balanced, and what the wild cards do, and how everything works. So what I was going to go ahead and do is do like a little walkthrough of how everything works, how you set things up, and how the wild cards really come into play in balancing the pick 10 to the way you want to play, and it doesn't make it so that you're too overpowered but yet at the same time you feel like you are. Like, if you want to run with 6 perks, by all means, you run with those 6 perks. If you want to have 3 attachment on your primary weapon, that's cool too. I mean, there's these things that a lot of people are worried about called these wild cards that they just don't understand. Like, they have the primary gunfighter here, which is the 3rd attachment, like I was speaking of. 2nd attachment on the secondary weapon. The old school overkill, which allows you to take a primary as your secondary. Of course, there's the additional perks I was talking about, perk 1, 2, and 3. So you can have a 2nd perk from the same category. And this allows you to take a 2nd grenade depending on which type that you want. So let's just go ahead and, start as if I was building my own custom class from the ground up. What kind of player do I want to be? What mode am I playing? Am I playing Search and Destroy? Am I playing Free-for-All? It all depends on how you want to play. And in my opinion, I'm a big time, Search and Destroy person myself, so I like to be a little bit of long range, but also like to, do a little bit of running and gunning when I get in those tight situations in Search and Destroy that happen every now and then. So I'll probably go with a submachine gun, and based on what we have, the MSMC looks really powerful, so let's just go with that. And the attachments now are the only way that you can modify your gun's behavior in a match. So there's going to be no more that sleight of hand perk, what else, all kinds of other things like the steady hand. Is that what it was called? I think so. Anyway, as you can see here, like the old school FMJ that was in Modern Warfare 2 is back in Black Ops 2, and it gives you better penetration through objects, and of course against the aerial assault vehicles that come at you. But one of the cooler things here is this new target finder. A lot of people were really pissed off the way Modern Warfare 2 was going with all the aim bots and all that stuff, and this is kind of just like that. The little box will pop up in the middle of your scope, and there'll be a little red box that focuses right around where your enemies are, that as long as they're in your line of sight. So this is going to be a very controversial attachment, and we'll have to see where that goes. Let's see. The other big one that was added is the millimeter scanner. Basically puts out like a pulse, and you can see through walls, you can see all kinds of stuff. From a distance, you kind of know what's going to be around a corner, if someone's camping, things like that. Good old school, the fast mag is basically replacing sleight of hand. So, throw that on. And let's just... Oh, wow. Since I don't have a wild card, it seems as if... Yeah, that's interesting. You can only do fast mag or extended clip. It doesn't let you do one or the other. Wow. Alright. Let's just, let's go ahead and make it the, reflex sight, just for fun. Secondaries, you got your pistols and you got your launchers. Big addition to the crossbow this time around is they actually allow you to have attachments for it. You can have, the reflex sight, ACOG, and dual band. That's that, basically it could be like an ACOG or it could be like a red dot, depending on, the distance of your enemies and how far they are. Let's just go with the dual band because it looks cool. And I got my primary and secondary weapons set up. Perk wise, I always love getting my kill streaks a little bit earlier, but this time around they're called score streaks. So Let's go ahead and put a hardline on to receive bonus score points even faster. Everything you do in the game is going to be all about you earning score. It's not just going to be about killing, you know, capturing a flag, defending a flag, all that kind of stuff is going to play a really, really big role in the game. Let's see. Fast hands, swap weapons faster, use grenades and equipment faster, and safely throw back frag grenades. Basically everything except the reloading part from sleight of hand is that. But I'm a big time, you know, I like to run and gun. I'm constantly spraying a little bit. So let's go ahead and turn on scavenger so I make sure I don't run out of ammo. And being that I am a big time search and destroy person, you gotta turn on dead silence. Those footsteps are gonna kill the crap out of you. Now, I'm using 8 out of my 10 slots, and I don't have any grenades at all. This is a problem. You know, some people like to be able to throw a frag grenade or concussion grenade or anything like that. I, on the other hand, I like to play things differently. I'm gonna go with none, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a wild card, which is gonna take up one of my slots, which sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and add a second perk to my third selection here, and I'm gonna turn on awareness. I want to be a little bit of a sound whore, a little bit, you know. That really brings up the sound of footsteps on your enemies, and it really allows you to be aware of what's going on. And this is just a little quick preview of how you can build something with the, you know, the Pick 10 system. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's not as complicated as people think. I went to the GameStop Expo about a little over a month ago, and they only gave us a minute to play with custom classes before we got to play Black Ops 2, and it wasn't enough, because when you sit there and you stare at this for the first time, it's completely different than how the traditional create a class system works. You know, you'd pick a primary, you'd find your weapon, add an attachment, and move on. Now, since everything is separated, it takes a minute to process, and the fact that I've had enough time to actually look at this and play with it a little bit, I've gotten to learn how everything works. And, you know, I can scroll through all this and pick a weapon and pick a perk and just move on. Laser sight, nah, let's go with fast mag again, you know. Anyways, this is xpgINSANITY with a little quick preview of the Pick 10 system. Black Ops 2 will be out on November 13th, in which case we will all get to go through an entirely new game, new multiplayer, the brand new Zombies campaign, which a lot of people just can't wait for, and it's very, very exciting. I can see a lot of videos coming out of the Pick 10 system, in which case, you know, hey, I'm running 6 perks and a tactical knife and nothing else, no real weapons. You know, I mean, there's going to be a lot of things like that popping up on YouTube over the next, I'd say, by January 1, you're going to see people playing crazy game types of just messing around with the Pick 10 system and creating these new game types that we haven't even heard of. You know, I mean, hey, we've done the no perks, we've done the no knifing, we've done, you know, quick scoping and sniping only, all this stuff, but the way that they allow you to create a class in such a way that's personalized to the way you want to play is a breath of fresh air to the Call of Duty franchise, and I can't wait for it to start. This is xpgINSANITY, and I'll catch you next time, guys.